Of course, Kaz's way is the correct way. Can you heist a person? I love them. He looked at his valuables. After years of people telling me to read this book, possibly 10 years, I have finally got Six of Crows. I'm going to give it a try. I have been working my way through books that I believe will be 5-star reads, and this is the next one. I haven't even read the blurb. I'm not going to. I don't think I need to read the blurb. I feel like I'm spoiled enough about the plot based on all the general internet things that I've seen over the years. Received vague spoilers about things. I know that someone drowns. I think Kaz drowns. I know someone is called Kaz. And I feel like I always get like a TikTok of him like tied up on a chair or like being interrogated or something. Yeah. I feel like this is going to be a 5-star. So we'll see. I'm on page 9. First impressions. Juiced. Just. Anyway, I'm going to call him Juiced because that's what my brain's been doing. I don't like him. I can't tell if I'm supposed to, but if you give me a guard and have them be obsessed with a girl, I'm gonna dislike them. I'm never gonna like a guard. Never gonna like a guard. Guilty until proven innocent, I say. I feel like I'm supposed to feel sympathetic towards him because none of them are nice to him, boo-hoo, but no, you're a guard. Guns? Wait, I don't know where we are. What? His rifle? It's only because I just read the little back bit of the book. It says, Ocean's 11 set in a Game of Thrones-esque world. Guns. It's not Game of Thrones-esque, is it? I wouldn't say so. Anyway, now what's happening in my brain is recalibrating Game of Thrones to something more like Arcane, so I don't know. I'm not sure. I also had a steampunk vibe in my brain before I read it, and then for some reason I never read the backs of books, but I did read this little bottom bit, and I read the bit that said Game of Thrones. I was like, oh, this is more fancy than I realised. It's not. Guns. I'll stop saying guns now. Oh, I recognise her. In Inesh? No mourners, no funerals. I know that one. Anyway, that's it. That's the only quote I know, so it's already done with by page 21. So first impression of Inej is I really like her. I love a competent character who's just really good at what they do. I find it really satisfying. I am kind of not feeling the rest of the group just quite yet. I'm not yet feeling the pull to be reading this all the time. One of the gangs is called the Liddies. That's so funny to me. Harley's Pointers, the Liddies, the Razor Gulls, the Dime Lions, the Razor Gulls. Just seagulls flying through the air with razor blades in their beaks. That's what I'm picturing. Crow Club also sounds silly. All of it kind of sounds silly to me. I gotta remember it's a YA book. It's a YA book. They can have a Crow Club if they want. Even though Jesper is called Jesper and not Jasper, I am picturing him as Jasper from Twilight. So that's going to be a slight issue. I hate to say it, but Kaz is giving Sherlock Holmes energy. It's very much like I'm going to do a little clever monologue for everyone and flex how smart I am. I do like him though. First impressions, I like him a lot. The Sherlock monologue works, okay? I'm on chapter 3 and I really love it. I love it. It's fun. I feel like this is going to be a really fun read and I'm excited for that because I love fun books. On page 41 it says Kaz knew that Inej was shadowing him, and I can't help but think of Lila. They, for some reason, are so far really reminding me of Alucard and Lila, and I know that's not the dynamic this probably is. I think all thieves who like knives remind me of Delilah Bard. On page 43, Inej says, men mock the gods until they need them, Kaz. I have an awful feeling that's going to come back around. Call it a sixth sense, call it reading too many books. I feel like we're going to get a situation where he is definitely needing the gods and recalls her. That's my early before the 50-page mark bet of the book. So because I haven't read the other series, I'm kind of worried about my level of understanding. I'm sure it's fine. I'm at the bit where Kaz has been kidnapped and this guy is trying to like get him to do this job of stealing this guy out of this prison, I think. I think it's sounding like a jailbreak. I don't know why I always heard it being described as a heist, but can you heist a person? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm excited about it though. But yeah, a lot of the names and places and just concepts are going right over my head. So I'm hoping this isn't like a you needed to know this from the other book, and more just like a fantasy thing where you're kind of just rolling with it until it starts to make sense. I somehow forgot it was a heist book, so I'm very excited because the last heist book I read, everyone was like doing the heist, but the whole time they were applying for the heist, they were like, we're not really going to do the heist though. We're going to back out of the heist last minute, which I feel like takes away all the fun of planning for a heist. Maybe because I'm a full-grown adult who has full-grown adult friends. I cannot imagine that a 17-year-old is the scariest thing to be walking around these like streets that are supposed to be like gang streets. You know what I mean? Like, where does it say? I'm on page 73. Hang on. No one got the better of Kaz. He was the toughest, scariest thing walking the alleys of the barrel. Maybe because she's also a teenager. I don't know. I can't imagine looking at a 17-year-old and being like, that's the toughest, scariest thing. I mean, at some point, I'm just going to forget that they're all 17 and I'll just start auto-filling them to my age because that's what I always do when I read books. I definitely interpreted the sentence, even the girls working the chip counters and tables wore glittering green sheaths of silk, as fish and chip counters. I don't know why. I had to like, my brain recalibrated there because he's walking down the streets and I was like, oh, there are fish and chip shops. That's different than what I was picturing, but okay, inserting fish and chip shops. That's not what, gambling chips. I'm this much through, and I hate to say it, Kaz is talking about Geordie too much. I don't care. I don't know who Geordie is. The first mention of Geordie, I was like, ooh, interesting. Who's that? But Geordie's been mentioned too many times now, and I'm tired. Either tell us, Kaz, or stop bringing him up. I don't want to hear it. I want to hear it unless you're telling me. I'm on page 100, exactly, page 100. We've met Nina and we're doing the prison break of, I assume, the guy that she's interested in. I kind of thought he was a brother for some reason at first. I don't know where I've got that from, just because he's someone that matters to her and I just assumed brother. But now it's sounding like not brother. I don't think you describe your brother like that. Sorry, there's a lab walking past. There's so many flies also. So many flies. I don't know what's happened. They've all just started swarming, so yeah. Anyway, very excited. It's getting interesting. I love a prison break, and now we've got double prison break. I'm still not really sure what the heist is, like the main heist. I don't think I really took it in, so we'll see. I'm looking forward for some like clarification. Can't wait for some clarification. I have this really bad habit of just stopping randomly, like not on a chapter, not on a new page, not on a new paragraph, just stopping. So I was trying to like look at where, because I read the top of this page and I was like, oh, I've read that bit. So I just scanned down and the next sentence I read was grabbing his wrist to raise his hand in victory. And I was like, oh, I guess Matthias is fine then. I suppose he beat the wolves. We'll have to go back and see. On reflection, I have no idea why I thought I was on this page. It turns out I'm on the top of this page, so I've jumped forward a whole 2 pages basically because I read the sentence down here. Okay, it's fine. I spoiled the fight for myself. Matthias is my favourite character introduction, like favourite. If you know anything about me, you know I love a fight to the death, so like of course. But this was done really well. I'm fully invested in him. And he hasn't even spoken yet. I'm invested and he hasn't even said a word. Her eyes filled with tears. Shh, Matthias, we're here to get you out. Before she could blink, he had hold of her shoulders and had pinned her to the ground. Nina, he growled. Then his hands closed around her throat. It's giving Katniss and Peeta. I love it. Anyway. Part 2. Matthias was dreaming again, dreaming of her. I love to switch up. I mean, this is not like the most unique thing ever, but Oh, I love it. I love it. Oh, he's hunting her? It serves me right. Read the next sentence before you start talking. What? In all his dreams, he hunted her. In the good dreams, he slammed her to the ground and throttled her, watching the life drain from her eyes, heart full of vengeance. Finally, in the bad dreams, he kissed her. Oh, okay. See, I knew the vibe was there. Okay, I'm invested. I'm so invested. So Matthias watches Inez take out the poisonous lizard thing and thinks like, oh, no one's ever defeated the lizard before. I better watch out for her. But now he's on the boat and is thinking like, I could take out Inez first. Yeah, I'll just simply push her off the boat. I'll just push her off the boat. I haven't read the next sentence, but I mean, it's not going to go well. I've just remembered we get a map at the actual place, which I'm very pleased about because I'm on the bit where they're like describing the place and like talking about the heist, and oh, my brain was lost. Like it just, as soon as I start to hear like things described, like I just go whoosh. Is the ice court on this map? Because I can't find it. I can't find it and I feel stupid. I don't... It's not here, is it? I don't know. Surely that's something you'd put on the map. The place that they're going to do the heist. Yeah, I don't know. Also, I could Google this, but I'm afraid to. Is Matthias and Nina, like, are they from the previous series and am I missing context? Or is this just like, throw us right into the middle of their problems? I'm also now realising the kind of person I am. I do feel like I'm missing out on not reading the other series first, just because I like to know all of the extra information. Like, I will always read the extra stuff. I never skip, like, a prologue or an epilogue. Do I own the first book? I think I do own the first book. And I've owned it for years and I've never picked it up. So I would have never got to this, is what I'm thinking. Anyway, I'm not reading the book. I should just read the book. The eagle-eyed people will realise that my bookmark is sitting on the last page. Because I didn't want it in the way as I was reading and I closed the book as I was talking. I normally do like a little bit of a shake and see where it's lying open and hope that that's right. Oh my god, it is! See, it always works. I love this type of character work in those big groups. Like Kaz is asking the easiest way to steal a wallet and then we clearly see how each of them are so different and it's so simple and it's so effective and it just... I love it. Of course, Kaz's way is the correct way. As soon as I started seeing him as the Sherlock type, I can't undo it. So it says, Matthias clamped one filthy hand over Kaz's mouth. The sensation of skin on skin set off a riot of revulsion in Kaz's head. What? Like he managed to control the sickness that overcame him. This is why he wears the gloves. But is this like a magical fantasy thing? Or is this like just... him not liking people touch him? It's weird that Helene is the peacock and has like peacock feathers in her hair when that's like the meal. Do people here not have peacocks and they're just assuming? Or is this like a, she's the man of all the girls? So Kaz is called Inez basically replaceable and she wants an apology. She hasn't talked to him since. Now she's walking alone and has been cornered by Helene. My bet is that Kaz is going to come to the rescue. If I know books, that's what's going to happen. Kaz is Sherlocking again. He did a decoy boat and didn't tell anyone. I'm patiently waiting for him to make the wrong call because I look forward to it. What's wrong with me? I fear I love these two. These two are definitely the people that I've seen people make TikTok edits about, right? I can't remember is the problem, but it has to be. It has to be them, because who else? For reference, this is the bit I'm at. Inez was about to basically mercy kill herself, and Kaz gets to her and is like, not yet, and is carrying her to the ship. I love them. Page 166. The pain in Kaz's leg was terrible, the worst it had been since he'd first broken it. Inez's weight wasn't helping, but when Jasper stepped into his path to offer help, Kaz shoved past him. I've always said like the trope of two people and one almost dies and the other goes, stay with me, and is trying to like keep them alive. Favourite trope. Favorite trope, favorite thing to ever happen in books. I love it so much. I eat up every time. It's so good, and it's especially good when the couple just isn't actually a couple. They're just two people. Also, Inej is referred to as his Rafe, which part of me loves, but also feels a little icky because considering her history. And I'm hoping that when he refers to her as his Rafe, he's doing it not in like the ownership sense. Like, he'll tell people it is because like she's an investment, but I'm hoping it's not that, because gross. Handkerchief in his eyeball socket? I'm too shocked to even pick up my tiny little mic. I kind of love that we're dragging out the Matthias and Nina stuff. Like, I like not knowing. I like getting little glimpses of it and not really knowing exactly what happened just yet, which I understand is exactly the opposite of what I said about Cass and Geordie. I don't know why that annoys me more. I think it's because when he says it, he's not even saying it. When his POV is saying it, it feels like he's being like aloof and mysterious, you know? But these two, it's not being, you know, mentioned yet because like they know what's going on, and I like being slowly fed it. But yeah, Kaz is giving me a different vibe when he's not telling us. It feels like he's, you know, he's withholding from us like he is with everyone else. I really liked getting this flashback. I'm excited. Also means that I probably haven't missed like a chunk of their relationship from the previous book, which pleases me a lot. Oh, there was a shipwreck. This is so interesting. I'm so interested. And she turned him in? He loved her. The Wraith is a 16-year-old girl currently lying unconscious on a table. She may not even survive the night. She will, said Kaz, and something savage flashed in his eyes. Matthias suspected that Brecker would drag the girl back from hell himself if he had to. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Drag her back from hell because he's a demon and he's awful and he could go to hell and drag her back to do more work. Yeah. Drag her back from hell in the like Eurydice sense. Also, yeah. This book is so silly. I miss reading silly books. Part 3. I haven't got much through. I've read like maybe 20, 30 more pages. I thought I'd give you a reading update because yeah, look where I am. Look where I am. So I honestly wanted to bring my camera and I thought, well, my camera's here. Ooh, windy. While my camera's here, I would update you on what's going on. I get Kaz not visiting Inej, and also it breaks my heart that she's not expecting him to visit anyway. Awful, heartbreaking. So I'm up to the Kaz Geordie flashback, and I hate to say it, but I'm still not interested. I don't know why. I think it's mainly because I dislike flashbacks where I know the person's gonna die. The whole thing makes me feel like a little nervous, and I don't know. I don't want to do it. I don't like it. We're doing any reading today because I'm actually going to A&E now because I was hit on the head with a cricket ball. So yeah. I'm back. It's been weeks. Turns out I did have a concussion and I wasn't allowed to read and physically couldn't read for a week and a bit. So it's been weeks. So I went back a couple pages just to like jog my memory, and it was really good timing actually, because it's the bit where they're going over their plans and what different like protocols mean and how many guards are going to be, and it's reminded me that Inej is going to climb up the chimney. So this is great. It's a good little like refresher for me on what the actual plan is, because it's nice to know what the plan is. I mean, on Rules of Heist novels, we hear what the plan is, so that means that something's going to go wrong and they're going to have to improvise something. So I think it's more satisfying for me to know the plan than like be kind of hazy on the plan. So yeah. Also, now we're starting to get the shipwreck from Matthias and Nina. So I'm excited. I'm excited that I'm starting here. Thank God, and not somewhere that was really confusing. We're like halfway through the heist. I've also fully accepted the fate of my spine. I did the whole like relaxing thing, but like the relaxing thing is just to kind of save it from like the pages falling out, right? I don't know, but yeah, it's probably cracked now. I don't know how well you can see it, but yeah, it's not good. It's not good. I may as well just hang on. I may as well just excellent. You know what? That's a nice reading experience. So my current prediction is that I think Waylon's gonna die. Is that how you say his name? The young kid they brought on who's a bit inexperienced and is only there because his dad is rich. I think he's gonna tragically die, but that's just like book tropes, I think. That's why I'm getting that, because it's always the young kid they bring along who's like innocent, who gets swept up in it and then dies and doesn't see the end. Or Jesper, just because we don't really get much of Jesper, so I feel like it's easier to kill him off. You know what? I support Nina, because, like, Matthias is mad that she sent him to prison by, like, falsely accusing him of being a slaver when they get to, like, civilization. But even though she did it for, like, virtuous reasons, and that she was actually saving him because her agents were in the town and then they would have got him and she was putting him to safety, really, and she didn't know he would be imprisoned, all that aside, he started their relationship by trapping her on a ship in a cage and was taking her to a trial that would end in her death. So, how can you be mad? How can you be that mad that she, like, sent you to jail? What, she's supposed to forgive you of your crimes because you had 3 weeks of hiking together? I support Nina. I support Nina no matter what her reasoning was. Even if she did really just want to send him to jail. I support her. As far as I'm concerned, Matthew seems to be begging Nina for forgiveness. All she's done is save his life. And all he's done is try to kill her. I hate him. I don't hate him. I love to hate him. I know they're going to go against the group together. I love it. I love a scheme. I love a plot. I love the drama. I want the others to succeed. Obviously, I want the main crew to succeed just because that's how books work. But how do I also have them succeed together? Because that's also what I want. Anyway, I'm on part 4. Can you see it? What does it mean that the prisoners on the way to the ice court are standing instead of sitting? Like, is Kaz's reaction of just being, like, shocked and, like, flinching when Inej touches him? That can't just be because this isn't how he imagined the plan going. He seems too, like, good for that, right? That wouldn't be the actions of, like, dirty hands. You'd think he'd be like, change of plan, off we go, this is different. So this means something. They're a different brand of prisoners? Is the only thing I can think. So they've removed the 6 prisoners that they're going to replace themselves with, and it turns out that the height and age and gender don't match their group. And it says on page 288, it definitely wasn't ideal, but hopefully the guards wouldn't fret too much over accuracy. After all, how much trouble could a group of chained and shackled convicts be? I'm stressed. I'm so stressed. And then she's worrying too much about Jesper because twice now she has mentioned how his look doesn't, like, blend in with where they are, because he's not blonde, which also is shattering my brain because I keep thinking that he looks like Jasper from Twilight. Which clashes, it clashes. What's going on? What's going on? What does it mean? I don't understand. What could possibly be so bad that he's fainted? Of all the things, everything he's seen. I don't know, I think I can guess, but I'm convinced I can guess. So we're back to Kaz and Geordie, and I confess, I don't remember where we left off. They were scammed out of money. But we haven't heard about Geordie dying yet? Is that where we're at? Well, that was sad and awful. Continuing on. They've snuck onto the prison wagon, pretending to be prisoners, all like stealth. And Inej is saying Kaz's name. She's trying to get his attention by saying his name twice. I just feel like that's, illegal behavior 101. Don't use each other's names, right? I mean, I don't know. So I thought there was going to be some big reason why Kaz was so shocked about opening the prison wagon and seeing, like, loads of people standing up instead of sitting down. Is the reason just that he doesn't like touching people because of his, like, awful experience with his brother in the past? I don't know why. But then also, why aren't the prisoners sitting down? Or was that just what they assumed? Did they just assume the prisoners would be sitting down? Like, is there no, like, am I overthinking? I think I'm overthinking this. I think there's some, like, secret information going on. I think the prisoners this is just how they transport the prisoners, and they didn't anticipate that. And then Kaz is shocked because he likes to not touch other humans, and that's all it is. I don't know why I thought there was, like, more layers going on. And then Kaz wearing the gloves all the time, is that just because he doesn't like contact with other people's skin because of the awful traumatic experience of touching his dead brother. Like, why do I feel like there needs to be more to that? I don't know. I'm the antithesis of the it's not that deep people who read books. I'm like, there must be another layer of reasons. Sometimes it could just be your tragic backstory. And, like, that's enough. Is Jesper a Grisha, or am I completely misreading the situation? I'm on page 310. Jesper is a Grisha. Were there clues? No, all I can think about is if there were clues for this that I've missed. And it's gonna drive me mad. I really dislike this word nubbly. Nubbly. Hate it, hate it, hate it. They would learn to fear her and they would know her by her name. Yes, Inej. I love Inej so much. Yeah, I love it. Also, love the scene of Kaz like releasing her from her indenture, is that what it's called? To the other place. Great scene. I love them. I'm worried for Kaz. I know he's fine, but I'm stressed. Anyway, I'm on part 5. Are we finishing the heist, or is something new gonna come up? That's what I'm curious about. Like, is something huge gonna go wrong at the end of this book? Or is there just gonna be a new thing happening in the second book? I don't know. Oh, we're not gonna see Kaz's revenge. Interesting. Is that so that we can assume that's even worse? Not appropriate for a YA audience? Kaz climbs out of the chimney and asks where Inej is first. Where's Inej? He gasped. Where's Nina? He cares where Inej is. I know at some point Kaz joined, so every time I see water, it's like, oh, is it now? It's like, it's not Chekhov's gun, that's not how it works. It's Kaz's water. Also, what if him drowning was just that bit of him and Geordie? But no, he was a grown person when he drowned in the edits that I've seen. I don't know. I'm not sure. And I mean, it might not even happen in this book. There's another book. But yeah, every time there's water, I'm like... Also, they've taken Inej back to the security checks. I'm stressed. I love a heist going wrong. I love the world building in this book. It's so delicious that Matthias and all of his people aren't actually judged like worthy by being shown the path across the ice river. They're all just told if they're popular enough and their instructors like them enough. It's so typical. Like, ooh, you'll hear this spiritual voice and they'll tell you the way, but really it's just, oh, there's like this trick where you just find a bit and you walk across it, and you only know it if someone in higher places likes you enough and goes, there's a trick, and then you all tell your friends. So the last friendless person, who's maybe a true believer and is maybe the best person for the job, but if they're not liked by their cohort, they're gonna drown. I hate it. Do they drown? I assume so. This feels like the kind of place where they just drown and die. And we know magic exists in this world. It didn't have to be like this. There could have been some, like, magical initiation. But also, they're burning all the magical people. But they believe in a magic thing. Will tell them the magic way to cross the magic river. But when the girls use magic to heal people, we're gonna kill them. Do we think this is about Inej? I feel sorry for you, Brecker. There's nothing sacred in your life. There was a long pause, then Kaz says, you're wrong. It's Inej. It's Inej. Nina's a bad spy. Why would you walk yourself into a cell? Why? Why would you do that? That's an Agent 47 cell. Also, is this Matthias? I don't believe it. I think this might not be him. Is that crazy? It is. Matthias is gonna save her, right? Right? There's no way. Where's Kaz? He's up to something. This is the conversation of someone who is actively tricking someone, right? He's deceiving the Jarl. Is he called the Jarl, or is that just his name? I'm thinking of Skyrim. What's he called? Jarl Brum? Is Jarl a name or a title? I don't know. He's gonna betray him. He's gonna betray him. I'm convinced. I'm convinced and I'm delusional. I don't know if you're wrong about the Grisha, he said gently, but I know you're wrong about her. Thank God. So Jesper and Whelan have just fled the Tidemakers, which honestly, I thought one of them was about to die. But he's left something in the courtyard. He feels like he's left something in the courtyard. And my immediate thought was, yeah, his gun. He's left his gun. And now I'm realizing it's probably a metaphor. He's metaphorically left a part of himself in the courtyard. Not his rifle. Kaz hiding in disguise and then jumping out to see the day is very Sherlock Holmes of him. He's Sherlocking, definitely. Also, I know I have no respect for their religion, but destroying their secret tree a step too far, in my opinion. I know I have that much left, but for some reason, when they got the sun out free, I was kind of naively being like, they did it. What's wrong with me? I know how books work. I should know that something bad's gonna happen. But I was like, home stretch now. I'm gonna finish this. So Kaz is yet to drown. We haven't dramatically lost anyone yet. So I'm stressed. I'm stressed because there's not much left. And I feel like those two things are gonna happen. But I am forgetting that this is a duology, so possibly I have another book for those things to happen. I don't know though. We'll see. The big black hole under the tree that they're all falling into is a river. Not some hell dimension that I thought it was going to be. I don't know what's wrong with me. Part 6. Kaz has finally realised that he likes Inej. It took him long enough. Also, he's finally drowning, so I'm actually less stressed. Just as she was considering making her move, she heard other footsteps headed their way. She saw the silhouettes of 2 more men in uniform striding towards them. It's Jesper and Whelan. It has to be. Something about Jesper just murdering someone and then giving a cheery wave tickles me so much. I'm picturing something like a... Wait, Inej did all this on purpose? Hang on. I love Inej, but she's too good. They're all too good and they're stressing me out. Their downfall is coming and I'm still baffled that they're all alive. I for sure thought that Jesper was gonna hold down the fort and sacrifice himself when they were going to the tank. Also, the tank, I have no idea what this world is. I know Kaz survives, at least this book, but yeah, they're all still alive. I think it's the no mourners, no funerals thing stresses me out because that's gotta just be a setup, right, for there to be a funeral at some point. Surely. I love this so much. I love this book so much. I'm having such a good time. So tanks exist, but cars don't exist. Does that align with regular history? I doubt it. Because my brain can't understand a world that's either horse-drawn, cart, tank. Those are the modes of transport. No in between. I'm stressed. I'm very stressed. Well, now I know what one of the conflicts will be for the next book. We're going to have an addicted heart eater? Heart ender. I've been reading it as heart eater. What? Nina is terrifying. They could be the bad guys. Are we the bad guys? So drugged up Nina says to Inej, I can hear the change in Kaz's breathing when he looks at you. She says, you can. And she says, it catches every time like he's never seen you before. It reminds me of the end of Twilight when Bella's in the hospital and she's linked up to the heart monitor. But Edward can hear that stuff all the time, but now then everyone in the room can hear it as well. I don't know why it reminds me of that. It's not the same, but it's all I can think about. You know what I've always said? 400 pages. 400 pages, in my opinion, is the sweet spot for the two characters to finally admit something. And we're at 460 and Kaz says that he wants an edge. How will you have me fully clothed, gloves on, your head turned away so our lips can never touch is brutal. Also, I feel like I've seen the line, I will have you without armor, Kazbrecker, or I will not have you at all, somewhere. I've seen that possibly years ago on Tumblr. So I don't think the council has anything to do with this job. I think it's just this Van Eck guy, whatever he's called. Van Eck? Jan Van Eck. I mean, we all knew they weren't getting the money, but still, he's crafty. Jasper wanted something to shoot at, and now he's gonna get his wish, and that means he's not gonna make it out alive. He never got to talk to Whelan one last time. He has plans. He's doomed. He's doomed. That would be a problem, Mr. Brecker, if the council knew anything about this deal. I'm good. I mean, also, I'm not. I'm just picking up on the hint that was a couple pages ago. I think I was supposed to figure it out then. But still, I feel clever. Whelan's dyslexic. Twins. Oh my god, the person sitting silently next to Jesper on the boat wasn't the son, it was Whelan. Whelan was already disguised as the son, and then and for some reason they're hiding it from Jesper, and not every night, some nights, I can't remember, he goes up and he would just sit silently next to Jesper. That's so, I'm sick. Okay, listen. Okay, I'm on page 478, right? And I remember way back in the beginning, I think Kaz explains to the others that marks, when they think about, oh, do I have my wallet? They like touch where their wallet is and they go, it's there. Cool. He's just done that. And this, I love it. I love it so much. So the van guy is gonna kill all of them but Kaz. And then, where is it? So the guy shouts, kill everyone but Brecker. Kaz knew the instant he made his mistake. They all known it might come to this. He should have trusted his crew. His eye should have stayed trained on Van Eck. Instead, in that moment of threat, when he should have thought only of the fight, he looked at Inej. And Van Eck saw it. He blew on his whistle. Leave the others, get the money and the girl. Kaz looked at his valuables. He looked at his valuables. And his valuables are Inej. Dirty Hands had come to see the rough work done. I love characters fully leaning in to like the madness to get something back. I love it so much. I loved it. I honestly really loved it. I genuinely had so much fun reading this. I'm not sure if that comes across in this because I spend most of my time guessing when I read books. This was really good. I'm so excited to read the next one. I don't own it though, so we'll see. I should probably finish some other books I have first, but yeah. I didn't expect Inej to be taken. I always thought that they'd be betrayed at the very end. And there would probably be some like little twisty thing of like, haha, got you, and Kaz has laid something in the works to fix it, but I didn't expect Inej to disappear. And no one died. A great time for me. No one died. Possibly meaning someone will die in the next one, which I'm gonna hate, but it means I loved this one. Honestly, I think my favourite bit is at the end where Kaz accidentally looks at Inej and outs her as his weakness. I loved it. And yeah, was that my favourite bit? Possibly. I love all of the bits of Inej leaping. I really like the scene of her leaping through the like circle in the glass and like grabbing the lantern thing and swinging like a trapeze person. That was great. And I really like Nina Matthias. I will definitely be vlogging the next book. I just cannot tell you when that will be, but it will be soon before I forget all the bits that happen in this one. Yeah, I'm going to take a break because I would like to read and finish a book that doesn't involve me filming it. And yeah, I might try and get my hands on the next one. Yeah, thanks for watching. I had so much fun. Yeah. Bye.